Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Farm. Thinking right out here with my teacher's hat on. You know the deal. We got the lessons I'm giving you from the book, The Mysteries of Isis. We're going to get into Sema Tawi of Wisdom. And if I get through that one, I got another one for you after that. We got a few of them, so this is some lessons I'm teaching now. Let's rock. Rightism, 45 rules live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question: do you know you? You went run through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yard be true. Sema Tawi means the union. So we're going to unite your Sema Tawi with the knowledge of wisdom. It's called Sema of Wisdom. Sema Tawi of Wisdom, excuse me. This is the path to immortality and enlightenment. These are lessons that they set forth by Mayat and teachers at her temples. These are lessons that they put forth. This is a good one. All right. The threefold process of wisdom, yoga, in Egypt. According to the teachings of the ancient temple of Aset, the yoga of wisdom, her thing was wisdom, okay? And it entails the process of 3 steps. Discipline of wisdom, yoga in ancient Egypt. Step number 1, listen. Listen to the wisdom teachings on the nature of reality, creation. That's why I like to start with the creation story. Bring you in with understanding so as you walk along. These are lessons that you can learn. And the first thing you have to do is listen to the wisdom stories and the nature of who? The self. We didn't call God God God. He was the supreme being, the self, the ultimate, the Nabercha, Netter. But God wasn't in the vocabulary then. God is a more modern name that we use now today. So ancients didn't use that, but for purposes, self is God. Okay, God is the self. Same thing. Number 2, listening. First of all, number 1 is paying attention. Listen to the myth. Listen to the teachers. Get the understanding. And the main thing is, if what you listen to you don't understand, ask the one who's teaching it to break it down so that you could. To hear something not understand is a waste of your time. I don't want to talk over your head. I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to speak in parables. I want to be speaking clear English, concise, and break down what I'm trying to explain to you so you can understand it without too much thought on your own. So I ain't putting you under the pressure to do a whole bunch of thinking. Just listen attentively and understand. Next one, number 2. When you listen, you reflect on those teachings, the lessons, and you're incorporating them into your daily life. You make it part of your life. That's what the philosophy of Maya teaches you. You learn it, but you implement it where? In your daily life. That's right there. Simple as that. That's what they're telling you. That's the process. Watch this. The third part to that is if you listen intently, you reflect on what you listen, you comprehend and understand it, and then you implement it, something will magically happen. Third part is you have to meditate. That's when you set time out for you to sit and clear your mind. Let God download information to you. If you understand that, meditate is communion with your higher self. Where is he? Beside you, up here. That's what meditation does. Meditate on what? On the meaning of these teachings that you're learning and that you're implementing. Put them all together and you have what they call self-mastery and wisdom and understanding about what it is you need to do for you, from listening to understanding, reflecting, and then implementing and meditating. When you do those things, you locking it in, so to speak. So back in the temples of Aset in ancient Egypt, her thing was the discipline of yoga of wisdom. That was her thing. She's the woman of intuition, not intuition of knowledge. We got a thing called Akashic Records. That's where all information is open to you. You have to reach that level of consciousness for that to happen. It ain't outside you. It's not a library. No, it's inside you. Information that once you tap into your higher consciousness, that's right. And it's also imparted. Wisdom, discipline of wisdom yoga, is also imparted in 3 stages. Religion follows the same pattern. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's where they got it from. Why? This is how you learn. Again, listening to the wisdom teachings on the nature of reality and creation and the nature of the self, aka God. Number 2, reflecting on those teachings, the myths, the story, and incorporating them by practicing them in your daily life, putting them to use. This is information that I give you. You should take this information and implement it in your daily life. That's what's intended. Number 3, you meditate on and reflect on the things that you learn and understand and make it part of you. That's meaning teaching. Meditate on the meaning of the teachings. And then you have what? Master a concept that now you can actually manifest and make come true. Aset was recognized as the goddess of wisdom, and her temples strongly emphasized and espoused and taught that philosophy of wisdom teaching in order to achieve higher spiritual consciousness. It is important to take note here that the teachings which was practiced in ancient Egypt in the temple of Aset, number 1, listening, number 2, reflecting, and number 3, reflecting on the teaching and meditating upon the teaching, is the same process used in the Vedanta Jnana Yoga system of India to this very day. Okay, so that concept never changed. The yoga of wisdom is a form of yoga that's based on insight into the nature of what we call worldly experience and the transcendental self, aka higher self. Thereby, you're transforming your consciousness, higher elevation, through spiritual development of wisdom faculty, meaning you implement what you're learning and you becoming wise through what the experience that you're going through. And you will have here what they call a correlation between our ancient Egypt and that matches exactly in its basic factors in respects to other concepts where I'm going to show you right here. When I first saw that, I said, now, if he could stand up, it's okay to be on your lap, to be on the tip, but to stand up ain't on the tip. But it's symbolical to show you that the mother still nurtures the son. So I had to get past that one. I said, wait a minute now, what's going on here? I just saw the commercial, a little kid on YouTube, something they were showing. Little boy say, "Mommy, you're so beautiful," and he went to kiss in the stomach. Everybody, oh. I heard that P. Diddy kiss his mother in the mouth. But again, let's talk about this right quick. The image of the goddess I just showed you that, suckling the young king, is the quintessential symbol of initiation in ancient Egypt. The first teacher is our mothers. They nurture us, they breastfeed us, they nourish us, and they give us insight and knowledge from their perspective. Okay? Ain't no love like a mother's love. All right. So the first one, again, they're going to break down the 3 phrases. The first one, general discipline. In the temple, I said this is what they taught. Fill the ears with listening, fill the ears by listening attentively. Me, Miss Kurt. That means listening. Okay? Listening to wisdom teachings. Having achieved the necessary qualifications of to be able to call yourself an aspirant or a right thinker, because you have a desire to listen to the teachings from a spiritual perspective. There is an increasing intellectual understanding of the scriptures and the meaning of truth versus untruth, real versus unreal, temporal versus eternal. The glories of God are expounded, and the mystical philosophy, which is beyond the myth, is now given at this stage. That's the first process of the story. Understand it, learn it, hear it, and get a better understanding. Now, number 2, Maui, M-A-U-I. That means to ponder, to think, to fix attention, to concentrate. Remember the card game Concentration? They had on a board game also. When you turn all 52 cards over, and the idea is to pick up 2 that match. So if you pick up one from over here, it's a 6. You pick up one over here, it's an ace. Okay, they don't match. But when you put them back, you should be able to recognize when you pick up an ace over here or a 6 over there, you should better go back to find where the 6 over the ace was prior to that. That's concentration. That's fixing your mind on something and paying attention, pondering, reflecting on those teachings that have been listening to and living according to the disciplines and being joined by the teachings is to be practiced daily until this wisdom teaching is what? Fully understood, aka mastered. Which takes about a year. Anything worth learning is worth time spent to learn it, to master it. It takes about a year. Again, reflecting implies discovering intellectually at first, and then the oneness that comes with it behind the multiplicity of the world by engaging in your own intense inquiry into what the nature of one's own true self. Go inside yourself to know yourself, to find yourself. Chanting the Heka, Heka means words of power, and divine singing, Hesa, hymns, are also used here also, and devote yourself to adore the divine's name. By whatever name you call him, adore that and be proud of that. Okay, whatever name you call God, that's your choice. That's an ancient Egyptian proverb. Third part, I'm taking it home right here. Oh, this is good. All right. Third one is Ua, U-double-A. That means meditation. Okay? So, and it's showing you here, meditation is wisdom yoga, and it is a process after reflecting that leads to the state in which what? Now your mind is continuously introspective, meaning it's staying internal, keeping everything inside. It means expansion of your consciousness and culminating in the revelation, meaning you got that aha moment, revelation of what? An identification with what? Your absolute self. You become one with God. I get it. Yeah, eureka. Awakening, resurrecting, coming conscious. But note, it's always important to note here that the same teachings that we talked about, the format, the concept, which was practiced in ancient Egypt. One, listening, getting the story, understanding it. Two, reflecting and implementing what you learned about the story, becoming upon, and now you meditate on and the teachings, and then this same process is used where in the Vedanta and the Jnana Yoga principles philosophy from India to this very day. If something is not good, something didn't work, it don't be around long. So something doesn't have longevity, something that's consistent, you can bank on that. All right, let me take you to another one-page concept so I can slip this in. I thought I had more this time. But let's go now. Let's talk about Sema Tawi of right action, one of my favorites. Right action is holding yourself accountable to do what's right, regardless of how you feel, what you think, or what the situation is. You do what you're supposed to do, which is the right thing, no matter what. That's Sema Tawi of right action. It says here, I read, which defines action to do something, things done. Right I read is rewarded with what? Blessings and good situation, prosperous endings. Bad I read, mistreatment, deceit, hidden agenda, sneaking deceitful things will result in what? Bad results. Again. So your general discipline in all temples, especially the temple of who? Haru and Edfu. He had his own temple, and they express this concept. Scripture from the Pert M. Haru and your special scripture, all including in the Berlin papyrus to this day and other papyri that they got from that time. Number one, they got 4 things here. So they got a little different philosophy. Let's go over it. Number one, learn ethics and law of cause and effect. Practice right action. What that mean? You heard my aunt Karma? You ever heard of her? Karma? She gives you what you deserve. She's God's hitman. When you're doing things, if your actions are not right, right actions are rewarded with blessings. First of all, that's practice right action. Doing the right thing. Why? Because you will be rewarded for that right action. Trust me on that one. That's why you hold yourself accountable to perform the right actions, no matter what. That's what you do. My pastor got afraid. I'm not going to let you take me to hell with you because of what you're doing and what you're saying. I'm not with you. You're on your own. I'm going to do what's right. Maintain and do what I know what's right. That's courage and willpower. Everybody don't have that. So it ain't for everybody. It ain't for the weak. Okay? But you have to understand cause and effect. When you practice right action, you know that if I do what's right, I'm going to get right results. If I do what's not right, Scooby-Doo, roll, yeah, there's consequences. And a lot of time, it's not good. Okay? So, 42 confessions, precepts of Mayat, which is on my wall. 30 years ago when I bought that poster, I wasn't even close. I remember it's embarrassing. I would say that I'm embarrassed to think about how bad I was. Okay, I was not good. The 42 precepts of Maya is the way of purifying one's gross impurities of their personality, making yourself a better person by following the precepts. So I said, I have not done this, I have not done that. 10 commandments, don't come close. The 42 confessions of Maya will make you a better person if you can say all those things in earnest. I know now for a fact. That's why. So moving on. I push that concept. And main thing is having what? Control your body, control your speech with what? With right thoughts, aka right thinking. If you think right, then you would act, do, and say the right things. Simple. If you get reckless and you get emotional, you're going to say and do things that you got to, what? Be responsible for. A lot of times you're going to regret them actions. You got to apologize for your actions. I don't do that. Are you perfect? No, I just know how to control my emotions. So I have to worry about that situation for myself. I hold myself accountable. That's the difference. Number 2, practice and cultivation of what? Your higher virtues. Be your best self. Be a good person. It ain't nothing wrong with being a good person. I exhibit it all the time. Why? I carry myself in that manner. People will you can get more, you good with honey than the vinegar. Walk around a sour person, act nice, ain't gonna get you nothing. Smile, encouraging, being lightful, carefree, lighthearted. People will gravitate and respect that. So you practice this on a daily basis with your higher virtues, the good part of you. It offer up my favorite. What I'm doing right now, a selfless service. Me doing what I'm doing, this is my favorite. Why? Selfless service is a way of purifying one's mind. Whenever I come on here to rant, this is my therapy. I get a chance to express myself to you guys and put it in the lesson form where it can help somebody else out. Okay? It's helping me to get it out, and somebody else who to learn it, to hear it, it can use it for themselves. I purify my mind and my intellect with subtle impurities. Things that I don't like about myself, I cut them out. Things I used to do, I no longer do. Gambling is one of them. Oh, you used to gamble? Yeah, I used to. I used to run the streets too. I used to do drugs too. I used to do a lot of things. When you no longer do those things, that's a change in life. Something like that. Don't claim you changed and you still doing stuff you did 20 years ago. That ain't changed. Moving on. Dipping and slipping and all that. No. You can't claim to be something if that's not what you are. Well, some people do, but that's lying to yourself. I don't do that. All right. Number 3. I see the clock. I got to get it out. I'm almost there. Devotion to the divine. And this is what I give to my Christian church family. They are devoted to Christ, to God. That's their God. So and they are devoted. I ain't got a problem with that. Why? Because it keeps them living right, doing right, and being good people. That's why I ain't got a problem with it. I love them. Okay. For that reason, it says here, see my Tadian actions as offerings up to divine. The highest offer you can have in righteous action is the little thing with Maya right there. Okay? That's the higher form of offering. Okay? You can see right here in the picture in the end, that's what he's doing. You're offering up Maya. The pharaohs offer up Maya. That's the highest offering you can have of righteousness. Last one, and this always been my favorite, meditation. If you're not a meditator, if you don't have times where you just spend time with God, he tells all you Christian Bible thumpers, what? Stop. Still yourself. Meditate. Give me some time. I need to talk to you. And you will know I am God. I know I communicate with God on that level from my daily meditations, from my waking up that I had a few years ago. And I've been on that same free wavelength ever since. Moving on. So meditation is important. Why? If you want to communicate with God, if you want to know God, you have to meditate. Okay? Why? God is mental. First law of Hermetic principle. All is mental. The universe is mind. Meditation. See yourself as one with who? Maya. I can tell you that. I live Maya. I think Maya. I am Maya. In essence, unite with the cosmic order, the cosmic principle, which is the transcendental supreme self, aka God. You are in the form of Maya. I just showed you the offering of Maya symbolizes what they call the ultimate act of righteousness. In the temple of Seti I, that was his thing. You see him offering up Maya to God, okay, to Ra. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with some more. This is getting fun for me. Hope you're enjoying it. I don't want to spend too much of your time, but I want to get you this lesson, this information that you can use it. Like I said, useful information is the best information. Self-knowledge is the best knowledge. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right thinkers in closing, may you all live to be 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who can understand Sema Tawi of wisdom and Sema Tawi of right action have passed away. I'll be back with more.